Hi. I want to make a quick review about the movie Bliss with Owen Wilson. It just came out on Prime Video. And it's labeled as a drama sci-fi, and I enjoyed it. I did. The reviews are a little iffy, weird. The trailer is a little misleading, and I felt like just saying a few things because this is my point of the movie, or my thought on the movie. Some of the reviews I've been seeing are saying that it shouldn't have been labeled a sci-fi movie, or they should have kept all the sci-fi stuff out of there because... So, here's the thing. Spoilers. Heavy. Don't want them, leave. I'll give you until 50 seconds here. All right. So, the movie starts off with the guy in the office, right? So, how to even begin? Can't even edit. Oh no. Time dragging on. So the whole movie wraps you around the thought process that everything's a simulation. That's the sci-fi aspect that people didn't like, or that people expected more heavily detailed. But the ending revolves around him having done a drug addiction, getting through that. And so it revolves around drug addiction and mental illness. And I think that's where the whole movie goes, is just drug addiction and mental illness. Having had a lot of mental illness in my family, I can tell you there's some key points in there that I kind of felt close to. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I don't want to talk about it. But to the idea that they shouldn't have thrown in the sci-fi aspect of simulation, they needed to keep that in there. Every time you see a simulation in there, that would be like him on the drugs. That's the world he created, the world he wanted to show his daughter. The things he saw in his mind is what he wanted to show his daughter. If the simulation, quote, quote, that he was in as a businessman, getting fired, having his divorce, missing his daughter's graduation, was real, take that into concept as the ending makes it more of a drug addiction, then that would mean somewhere around the line he had started taking drugs because he felt like he was already in a simulation. Not that hard to feel. We feel like we're in a simulation almost all the time if you have a shit life, or you feel like your life is shit. I don't do drugs, but I was an alcoholic for 5 fucking years, so I kind of understand the need for an addiction to get away from a reality. So with that, he had taken these drugs and he opened his mind with these drugs that he was taking. His wife, who was an ex-wife, never seen in the movie, and this is all speculation, would have been more like, stay the fuck away from my babies. Therefore, the divorce would have happened. His son would have hated him because stay the fuck away from me with your drug addiction, Dad. It's always something with you. Understandable. You want to keep those fucking people away from you. The daughter, however, sees that her dad needs help. So she constantly wants to try to help him. Even though everyone's telling him he's a lost cause, fuck off. But she never gave up on that. So with the sci-fi aspect of a simulation realm for him, that's just him on drugs. He meets his lady after his mental breakdown, obviously, before he goes to the bar. Whether or not all that happened, well, it's all questionable. But kind of spitballing everything here. But you get down to it, all the simulation that you saw was just all the drugs fucking with his mind. The world he dreamed of, what he wanted to show his daughter, was all in his head. It would have been the drugs playing a game with him, making him desire that realm of perfect reality without war, without poverty, without anything like that. The brain box, all that, it was in his head. He was in a brain box. The reality where he woke up to a brain box, well, the brain box was his reality. like I said, it's funky. Had this movie just gone without the sci-fi, it could have worked, but you would have had to shown this movie without any bit of his take on the world. So you wouldn't have a simulation, you wouldn't have his mental breakdowns, you wouldn't have his escape from realities where all these people are being tossed over with magic. That wouldn't have been there, so you would have just seen a high man all the time, be like, hoo, 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 hoo. So you would have lost that fun bit, and you would have just gotten full drama. Had this been a full drama, it still could have worked, but I don't think it could have worked as well, for the fact of you wanting to get more than one group of people. Had it just been a drama, you wouldn't have gotten anyone that would have watched it for the sci-fi aspect. Those who review it poorly because of the sci-fi aspect may see it because it is about mental illness and drug addiction, and they don't like the sci-fi in it, or they saw all that other stuff and they're like, this isn't a sci-fi movie, thinking they were just going to get a fun simulation movie. If you want a fun simulation movie, go watch Free Guy when it comes out. But that's an opinion. So all of this is just an opinion, speculation, review. I highly enjoyed the film. Acting, I think the acting was just fine for the scenarios of it all. Could it have been better? Maybe, but it's been done. I don't want to see it changed. It's good. In the aspects of it's a drug addiction man with mental illness, using drugs and escaping reality with a fake reality, causing reality to seem like a simulation, yeah, it works in the scenario that my brain is comprehending it. Now, other people's brains may be comprehending it another way. Mine is just seeing it as a depressed man who got fired because he was too addicted to drugs, depressed man who lost his wife, who lost his kids, except one kid was still trying to find him, still trying to bring him home away from the addictions that he was suffering from. And I don't know. I'm not very good at non-edited reviews, but that's my review. I liked it because it tackled mental health and it tackled drug addiction, and it threw in a sci-fi aspect in the sense of where the viewer thinks that could be a reality, what he could be in a simulation. I believe that the simulations were nothing more than his brain creating a reality to escape from the shit world he was already living in. And I think that's the best I've got. If anyone even views this, leave a like, dislike. I would appreciate that, just because I want to know if this was helpful or it was total shit. Also, leave a comment, but come on, be a little respectful in that. At least give me your opinion on it. I don't want to have a, you're a fucking gay asshole. I get that. People can be assholes. But come on, leave a little comment on your idea on how you felt this movie was if you saw it, or why you don't want to watch it. But my aspect of the movie was the whole sci-fi was just his brain creating reality to escape his shit life with drugs and mental illness. I think I've said that about 10 times now. Okay. Bye, simulation.